Hi there. Time for another garden update. I was gone for a while, a week, a little over a week, and the garden survived and actually did quite well in my absence. My wife took over the watering duties and everything survived just fine without me. I'm a little disappointed in my squash though. Uh, the reason I'm disappointed is because I don't have any squash coming. I've got plenty of flowers, but no squash. There was one squash on the yellow, the golden scallopini, and it just kind of dried up and fell off actually just yesterday. So I don't know what caused that, but I don't know if I have enough season left to actually get squash out of it, but I'll leave them go and see what happens. My potatoes are finally, as you can see, they all fell over, which I guess is fairly normal, but they're finally starting to get a little yellow in spots, and I'm hoping that within a week or two I'll be ready to harvest what's in those buckets. I'm really excited to see what's in there. It's just, potatoes are so much fun to grow, and you never know what you're going to get until the end, so it's quite an exciting thing. I'm really enjoying it. And this square did quite well. I'm trying some new lettuce. This isn't the new one. This is a replanting of red sails, and this is my butter crunch bib that is thinking about going to seed, but it hasn't quite done it yet. I probably should pick what's left on there and eat it before that happens. And this is my oak leaf, which came back quite well. It was eaten down to nothing by the deer episode a few weeks back. And this was the second planting of black-seeded Simpson. Over here is a second planting of golden beets. That's a second planting of French breakfast radish, and back there is some cherry bell radish. My basil is doing nice. It actually kind of fell over. Haven't harvested any of it yet, but I probably should do that pretty soon. Carrots, I've only picked one, and it was kind of small, so I'm left and go, and another week I'll try again and see what I got. And there is my single pepper, bell pepper. There was about 3 of them on that plant, but 2 of them just dried up and fell off, and so that's the only one I've got left. And on this is my jalapeno, and up at the top there's just the beginning of a couple of jalapeno peppers. Again, I don't know if I have season enough left to really get anything out of it or not. And this is the chili pepper. Right there is all I got out of that. And that plant was just loaded with them, and then the deer got to it and ate everything except that one branch, and so that's probably all I'm going to be getting out of that. Tomatoes, I do have some red ones. There's some red Sweet 100s, and over here are some red Early Girls. In fact, I'm going to pick those 2 tonight and have them in my salad for dinner. And I've got plenty more coming as we go up the plant. That they're starting to actually turn colors, so I'm hopeful for quite a good crop of tomatoes. They are small though. In fact, the tomatoes on the patio tomato over here are actually bigger than the Early Girl, which surprised me. It's been many years since I grew Early Girl, but it seems to me they were larger than what I'm getting right now. But I'd be happy with anything I get, because they tell me tomatoes are not the easiest thing to grow in our climate. And over here is, when I was gone, something got to my Chinese cabbage, as you can see, and just ate the heck out of it. And I couldn't figure out what it was. I sprayed it up with the neem, but it didn't seem to do any good. And just yesterday morning I found out what it was. It was a slug. A little tiny slug gotten in there and has just been nibbling on that probably the whole time I was gone. So I found it and destroyed it, and then I put a little slug trap in the right there, which is nothing more than a margarine container that I cut some holes in the bottom and then fill it with slug bait, so they crawl in there and then die, and it's really quite effective. So hopefully I will eliminate that problem in my cabbage can continue growing without all the holes in it. This was the second planting of the Chinese cabbage, and back behind it is a Swiss chard, and behind it is my cucumbers, which are doing very nicely. Got a lot of cucumbers coming. Here's the one at the top, and it's amazing how fast these things grow. That thing was only about a half-inch long 2 days ago, and now it's probably a good 6 inches, and there's several more down in there that it's awfully hard for me to get the camera in there. It's so dense, but I'm real happy with it, and they're fun to watch because they grow so quickly. And this is the red sales lettuce that was eaten by the deer, but it came back very nicely. That's a really good lettuce too. It's very tasty. This is a new type of lettuce I'm trying. I've never grown it before. It's called Speckles, and I don't know if I can show it in the camera here, but the leaves have little red speckles on them. I guess that's where the name comes from. And another planting of carrots, thyme, which is grown slowly, but it's coming along nicely. And it's a perennial, so I may dig it up and plant it elsewhere for next year. Back there is another planting of Swiss chard. I pulled up what was left of the red beets just the other day, so that's why that square is empty. And they were very, very tasty. We really enjoyed eating them, but they were also very small. I'd say maybe the size of a golf ball at the best. Inch and a quarter in diameter is the best I got out of it. Beans are, I didn't get too many out of my first planting, which is the one that the deer ate down, although I did get probably a meal's worth out of it. My next planting is right there, and that hasn't produced anything yet, but I'm expecting I'll be harvesting a few out of there in the next week or so too. And let's see, that's arugula, which we're really enjoying. It's the first year I grew arugula, and actually the first year we even tasted it, but it really adds a nice kind of peppery taste to the salad greens. And over here's a square of golden beets, which are really doing quite well. They're already probably larger than any of my red ones were, and I haven't picked any yet, but we probably should start doing that pretty soon. But the leaves are really nice. They're nice and big, and we've been eating those in salads along with the arugula. And usually I pick three or four different kinds of salad, lettuce, and then the arugula and some beet greens, and it makes quite a nice salad. And that's about it for now. As I said, everything survived my being away without a problem, and in some cases things really grew during that week. So here we go, and I'm going to have fresh tomatoes for dinner tonight, first time, and I'm real excited about that. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.